Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center and I'm here with Merlijn and Frodo with their movie Bullet Time. Let's take a look at the clip. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations on Bullet Time, and thank you so much for coming all the way from Holland to be with us.
Of course.
For those that haven't had the pleasure of seeing your film, tell us a brief synopsis of Bullet Time.
Thank you. Bullet Time is about it's a classical Western shootout, two cowboys facing each other to shoot each other, and the moment when both bullets leave both of the guns, they fall in love with each other. So, and from that point on, the only thing they want is just to be together.
I never thought in this way I'd have a tear over a bullet in this particular loving way. It was such a beautiful story and so unique and such a moment where you're all used to seeing old westerns and then you put it in this wonderful animation and then you just literally stop us in time with this beautiful love story. Where did the inspiration come from creating this one?
Well, to be honest, Merlijn had the first spark for the idea.
It was just. I mean, I was thinking about bullets those are lethal things.
Yeah.
And what if something lethal? What if you could attach an emotion to it, like love? And so, to have destruction combined with love, that was an image that we had to do something with. So hence the love story with bullets. Yeah.
I think it's nice that you got this sort of old American Western kind of feel to it, and these two guys and they come up together, and that was really interesting. But what I love about it as well is this. I love the style of animation that you did as well. Like, for anyone that doesn't know, when you're creating your animation, is there a certain kind of style that you know that you're going to look for when you're creating something? Because there's so many different ways that you can go and create in it, and I'm not as clever as you guys. So anyone out there, how do you know or the style that you want to go in when you're making your film?
Well, of course, you do a lot of research. So I watched a lot of westerns for the tone, for the color palette. And of course, I've got my own personal style, which I wanted to combine with everything I saw. And I was looking for some rawness, which is also connected to my style. I love to work with pen and ink, so really traditional. So there's no scene which is actually drawn on the computer. Everything is hand drawn with ink, which immediately delivers a raw edge to it.
Yeah.
You know? Because if you draw with pen and ink. A pen can explode and splatter your drawing, you know.
Yeah.
And I really embraced that most of the time. Sometimes I had to do some cleaning, but most of the time I just loved the way the ink behaved by itself.
Yeah.
So that's what I love to do.
I love the way the ink behaves by itself. I like that. That's really nice and open. So you seem like the dream team. So how did this wonderful combination come together with you working together?
Oh man, I met Frodo, I believe, 8 years ago. He made an animation film, and I was in your role. I was interviewing filmmakers.
Wonderful.
And I saw his style, and I was immediately I fell in love with what he did.
Yeah.
His edgy, raw style, and so I had this idea about these bullets, and I'm normally a real life director, kind of director, and this was an idea that I couldn't make, of course. So then I thought of Frodo. Like, okay, he can make this image happen. He can make it happen, and that's how we teamed up. Yeah.
These great minds come together, which is wonderful. What did you kind of found your biggest challenge that you faced in making the project? Was there anything, or was it just easy?
Money.
Money.
Funding
money.
the damn thing.
Yeah, we made it for 40,000 euros. So that would be something like $45,000. and we found a little extra money with crowdfunding. But when you look at the time he put it in the animation, it's
it's 1.5 years, 1.5 to 2 years, non-stop.
It takes time. It really does. And what in terms of when you're making animation, particularly, what's the kind of biggest expense that you have?
Well,
that's a tough one. It depends on the production itself. You would normally think that the animation part would take the longest time, which is actually quite true.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't underestimate the time of developing graphic style and developing the background, especially in this film, because I usually not really fond of drawing for its own purpose. I really like to draw in to create movement, to create before performance. But in this particular case, I really wanted to go this film, in my opinion, about backgrounds, background design. So that took me a lot of time to produce them.
Yeah.
The animation part was we worked with 2 animators on it. Took for 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And there was some 3D animation, digital as well, which also took a month or something like that.
But in the back end also, I mean, when you finish the film, you wanted to have to have a life outside, of course.
Yeah.
And that's pretty hard because in the Netherlands there's no interest for short films because there's no time slots on TV for that. They are not interested in 5-minute films.
And that was also why funding became a problem, because no television broadcaster
to do that
wouldn't to add some money to it,
So that's tough, and then you go into the festival circuit. But it went to 70 or 80 festivals now.
Wow.
Yeah,
so you've been on tour. My goodness, it's been a lot for you.
But then again, that's even there you have a rather small audience, a very a great audience. But it's you want a bigger audience. And then there was this surprise. We were selected to be the Dutch entry for the Oscars last year.
This is amazing. So you've had quite a lot of. You got a Dutch entry for the Oscars, which is absolutely phenomenal. Then you come with us at New Filmmakers and actually have it at the home of the Oscars.
Yeah.
What is that feeling like?
Oh man,
honestly,
wonderful. I took pictures yesterday, and I tagged it on Instagram, like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm here.
See,
that was my hashtag, and it's very, very special.
It must be amazing when you've got these big statues of the Oscars and you're in this home where all this history of all the people that have been there and won awards.
Exactly.
And then your film is up there on the big screen. That must be like, wow.
It was really touchy.
Yeah.
I was almost crying. The last couple of days were really emotional.
Yeah.
We went to the Warner Brothers studio tour as well.
Yeah.
And for me, that's like heaven, I really wanted to visit, and it apparently wasn't possible.
Yeah.
But to visit the old 2D animation studios where Chuck Jones and Fred Frieling animated, but it wasn't public. But when we entered the area there, it was like,
it's holy ground.
Yeah.
It's holy ground.
I cannot speak anymore. It's so overwhelming.
It must be so wonderful when you've created this project a year and a half to make, and then I know being international too. When you travel halfway across the world and you're in Hollywood, and your film is being recognized, that must be we just have to keep making films. It must feel really awesome.
It's very inspirational, and it feeds everything.
Yeah.
But then again, we were in the position that we met some famous Dutch people that made it over here.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, is it easy, or is it more easy now to get your place into the whole Hollywood system?
Yeah.
I still didn't figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're always going to try and figure it out. But it's a course of time. But it must have been special for you, because not only was it obviously your film in there, there was a special focus on Dutch filmmakers.
Yeah.
Did that feel really nice as being Dutch, that there was this whole great selection of amazing filmmaking talent there as well, with some amazing people for you to meet? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that there were a lot of young filmmakers too.
Yeah.
Because I have a gray beard already, but I feel very young. But then again, it's giving you hope, because the whole cinema ecosystem in the Netherlands, it's such a small ecosystem. We've got a lot of people that want to make films, but we have, I believe, 20 million a year to make films.
Wow.
And I think that the most expensive Dutch film ever made was $8 million.
Yeah.
So that to us that's
Yes,
that's
a
a
lot.
very
Yeah.
expensive film,
Yeah.
but over here it's well, not a low budget film,
Yeah.
but it's not a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
So when you get the chance to visit LA,
Mm-hmm.
and you can everything is drenched in celluloid and in cinema with a capital C, and that's something that's very inspiring. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, we New Filmmakers really, we pride upon being able to showcase, emerging global filmmakers. How important do you think those platforms are for films, particularly in this short narrative, to kind of be put out there at such places like the Academy? Do you think it's a really important thing to kind of get a profile?
Absolutely. I think it's really important to make filmmakers all over the world feel that there are possibilities,
Yeah.
that the boundaries, you are able to cross boundaries,
Yeah.
to work together and to find soulmates in the industry, and it also appeared to me yesterday we had also tons of interesting meetings with people of the field,
Yeah.
and everyone is so easy to talk to. Everyone is so approachable, and that's really inviting and inspiring as well.
Yeah.
And it sets you at ease, because we are here, two guys from the Netherlands coming here to LA, and it's really overwhelming and a little bit how do you say that? Impressive.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we're
Yeah.
here. What's next?
What's next? Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of which, what is next for you both? Now you feature at the Oscars. Where do you go from here?
Well, that's the funny thing. I mean, until now, it was like LA is so far away, or there's not a possibility of getting things done over here. But after these last 3-4 days, I think, okay, there is a way. And we have something that's very beautiful and very nice, and something that could trigger someone else to be interested in what we did. And in the end, filmmaking is all, and that's also for all the young filmmakers, it's about telling a story.
Yeah.
And production tools are so cheap nowadays. You need a Canon 5D or it's so cheap, and with the editing software, making films is well, the possibilities for that are incredibly near. And
So true.
And also in animation, by the
Yeah.
way, because 20 years ago, if you wanted to do an animation or you wanted to do some animated scene, you had to wait for 5-6 days until your line test came back from the film lab,
Right, isn't it
and then you
amazing?
could reflect on it. It's not correct yet, so do it again. Now you've got to test it in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's amazing how technology is just evolving,
Yeah,
and we're all
absolutely.
becoming editors now, aren't we, of our work, and there's so many platforms now to put these things on. It is so nice to have you here. I'm almost like, can we just kidnap these guys and keep them here, because we just love your talent and the
Love
work
it.
that you do.
We'd like to stay here.
But it's really, I'm so grateful that you showcased this film. I don't think I've ever felt so sentimental and loving towards Two Bullets, and you created these wonderful characters. It was just really awesome, and a great love story about two people shooting each other. So it was really quite wonderful. So no, thank you both for being here, and congratulations on your film, and we're looking forward to seeing much more of your work. So thank you very
thanks
much.
a lot.
Thank
Danny.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Frodo Merlijn.